Horoscope for Scorpio, Monday, 4 May 2026. Welcome to CosmologicaLab. You feel that pressure in the air, Scorpio? It's a vibration you can't ignore, a kind of static electricity that seems to erect the hair of your arms before you even open your eyes in the morning. It is not a tension that seeks to frighten you, although today the cosmos feels a little dense, like a storm cloud hovering over the horizon, charged with an energy that demands to be heard. The universe is giving you an important challenge: the tension between what you want to impose with your will and the deep forces that force you to transform. You feel that there is something that has to change, a necessary friction between your most impulsive desires and the reality that asks for structure. It is a day of contrasts, where the intensity of an impending storm is mixed with the promise of renewed clarity if you only dare to navigate the turbulence. That cosmic vibration is not something alien to you. It feels first in your own skin, in your purest essence. As there are no planets walking directly through your first house, there is no external change that forces you to act, but your Scorpion nature feels more present than ever. You feel your body with a magnetic density, a presence that doesn't need words to be noticed. It's like your own vital energy is concentrated, compact, like a pure energy core waiting for the right moment to expand. It is not a day of physical agitation, but of a contained power, of a deep calm that is, in fact, the prelude to a great transformation. Your body asks you to recognize your own power, to feel the strength of your own existence without the need to seek external validation. And it is precisely that intensity that is projected today towards your material world and your ambitions. Taking this energy to the professional and financial terrain, the moon in your house too places you in a state of great sensitivity to your resources. You might find yourself reviewing your banking application with a mixture of intuition and caution, feeling a small twist in the heart when you see an unexpected expense, or, on the contrary, a punch of satisfaction when you notice a small income. There's a very strong emotional connection to what you own today. To this is added the presence of Venus in your house 8, which adds a layer of complexity and depth to your shared finances. A conversation may arise about a debt, loan, or project involving someone else's money. Imagine that you are sitting in a cafeteria, in front of a document or an email that requires a decision on a shared resource. The energy of Venus invites you to seek harmony, but the intensity of transit reminds you that economic ties always involve an intimate transformation. With Leo in your 10th home, your professional gaze seeks recognition, brightness, authority. Even if you feel the stress of debts or expenses, your desire to stand out in your career remains intact, driven by the need for your work to be seen as something worthy of admiration. The transit of Saturn asks you, in this process of expansion that Jupiter seeks, to be meticulous with the details and not ignore the responsibilities that the structure of your career imposes on you. However, Scorpius, not everything is conquest and expansion. There is a silent call that comes from your habits and from the management of your day-to-day. If we look now at your health and routines, the energy becomes more demanding. With Mars, Saturn, and Neptune transiting your home 6, your daily routine may feel like a battlefield between action and exhaustion. You could experience a morning of amazing productivity, where you feel that you can conquer the world, and then suddenly feel a deep, almost ethereal tiredness, as if the energy escaped between your fingers. It is the struggle between Saturn's discipline, which asks for order and structure in your schedules, and the dissolution of Neptune, which can make you feel a little lost in the fog of procrastination. You may find yourself trying to organize your schedule or clean your workspace, feeling the imperative that everything be in place to function. But at the same time, the presence of Mars can drive you to perform a deep and energetic, almost volcanic, cleansing in your home. Be careful of the somatic stress. The tension of the day could manifest as a heaviness on the shoulders or a tension in the jaw. The key today is not to force the machine, but to find a balance where discipline does not become a prison, but a framework that protects your well-being. If we look down at the core of your affections and your bonds, the panorama becomes truly fascinating and, at times, electrifying. This is where the tension of the day becomes more tangible. With the Sun, Mercury, and Uranus in your home 7, your relationships with others are under a cosmic microscope. You could get an unexpected text message, a WhatsApp notification that will leave you breathless or force you to rethink a situation with someone important. There is a spark of unpredictability, a conversation that starts routinely but suddenly takes a surprising turn, revealing a truth that was aligned. The presence of Uranus can bring sudden changes in your agreements or a need for freedom that will surprise you even yourself. But not all is agitation. Pluto's presence in your home 4 adds immense emotional depth, connecting your relationships with your roots and home. You might feel the need to have a deep chat with a family member or heal an old wound, while sharing a moment of silence in the comfort of your home. If we look at your friends, with Virgo in your home 11, your social circles ask you today for a more practical and helpful approach. A friend may contact you to ask for advice or to help you with a specific task, and that mutual utility will strengthen the bond. In the field of romance, with Pisces in your house 5, there is a sweetness that tries to soften the tension. A moment of creativity or a subtle romantic gesture, like an accomplice look at a meeting, can be the balm you need to remember the magic of the connection. But in the midst of this whirlwind of emotions and responsibilities, your mind seeks refuge, a higher sense. In your mental and growing world, Jupiter's presence in your house 9 is your great beacon of light. Despite the tensions we mentioned earlier, Jupiter gives you an expansion of consciousness. You could find a brilliant idea while reading a book, or feel an epiphany while listening to a podcast about philosophy or travel. It's that mental click, that feeling that breaker pieces are starting to fit in. With Capricorn in your home 3, your communication today must be structured and purposefully. It is not time for empty words, but for messages that build something solid. The energy of learning is very strong. You could feel the motivation to start a course or investigate a complex topic with an almost academic seriousness. Your mind does not seek only information. Seek wisdom that can be applied to your real life. If you feel today that you need to do a ritual to channel all this energy of transformation and relieve the tension you perceive in the environment, I propose a tension alchemy ritual. Since today the aspects of the moon and the sun suggest a need to let go of what weighs you, let's work with liberation. Find a small piece of paper and a pen. In a moment of calm, preferably when you are alone, write on that paper everything that is irritating or worrying you right now. That email you don't want to respond to, that tension with a colleague, or that financial fear. Once you've written it, visualize how that charge doesn't belong to you, which is just a passing energy. Gently, he breaks the paper into very small pieces, almost as if you were disintegrating the worry itself. Then take those pieces to the trash of your house, and in doing so, feel how you get rid of that load. To finish, wash your hands with cold water and some soap, imagining that the water takes away any residue of that irritation, leaving your skin and spirit clean and renewed. For today, I propose the burgundy color or a deep garnet. This color, linked to Pluto's intensity, will help you anchor your energy and embrace transformation without fear. You don't need to buy anything new. If you have a detail in your clothes of this tone, or even if you can use a mobile cover or a wallpaper of this color, use it as a constant reminder of your ability to be reborn from your own ashes. If you don't have it on hand, don't worry, the important thing is to keep your inner power. Trust in your ability to navigate the storm, because it is precisely in the depth of the storm that you will discover your true strength. Have a good day, dear Scorpio. Subscribe to CosmologicaLab so you don't miss the next video. Give it a like if it resonated with you, and let us know in the comments what you thought. See you in the next video.